Hey guys, it's A Canadian Gamer here. I'm back, and this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while now, and I've been thinking about for a while now, and I've always wondered why I haven't done this video earlier, because if you've been watching my content from before, you may know my stance on PC culture and this whole overly offended nonsense. Like, people are always offended by the most pointless shit, and the reason why I bring it up is because Review Tech USA did an interview on this where someone got offended by Microsoft from an email, which was basically a ad campaign for Dead Rising 4, and basically they got offended by the subject of the email. It was like "rawr" or something because it was close to a racial slur, and I don't know how they even came to that conclusion. But since someone complained and was offended and someone got their feelings hurt, fucking Microsoft caved and is like, well, we're sorry, well, we won't do this again. But what appalls me is these aren't the people that play video games. Clearly not, because if you know gamers in general are very down to earth. They're very cool, and we can be very rowdy at times. I mean, sure, there's probably some gamers who I'm not talking about the casual folks. I mean the hardcore folks. I mean the ones that are very into video games a lot recreationally, and if you play a lot of online games and get a lot of conversations going, well, say a lot of fucking shit that would probably I'd say it'd be off color, mostly. Yeah, very off color. That would be the phrase I would use. And people like us, we aren't easily offended. Okay, if you spend a lot of time on the internet, you're probably numb to a lot of things. Like a lot of things. Like you can probably joke about everything. You have that same kind of sense of humor Matt Stone and Trey Parker from South Park have. Like, either everything is okay or none of it is. That's my stance on comedy in general. And people like this, I can't understand why they're even on the internet. Because I'm pretty sure, like, Rich from Review Tech USA pretty much nailed it out of the park and said, if you're offended constantly over stupid shit, if you didn't like that Trump got elected, well, I probably don't, but I'm not gonna lie that I'd much rather have Trump over Hillary, because at least with Trump I'll have a good laugh for the next 4 years. I mean, we had Bush as president for 2 terms, and the thing is though, it's just, if you're easily offended by everything, why are you even on the internet? Just take all your devices, take every device you have, and disconnect them from the internet, because if you're offended by everything, you clearly, and I mean clearly, can't handle the internet. And this wasn't the first, and probably isn't going to be the last to be seen from these people. I believe the last I remember was one was offended by an XMen Apocalypse billboard, because apparently a woman thought it objectified women, because apparently, like, I forget the villain's name in Apocalypse. Basically, if you're familiar with the story, someone got offended by a billboard where Apocalypse, I'm going to call him Apocalypse, was holding Mystique by the throat, and apparently whoever saw that billboard got so fucking triggered and was like, just objectifies women, rape culture, misogyny, all that bullshit. These are the same people that cry wolf constantly, okay? It doesn't do anyone favors. And yes, there is racism, misogyny, sexism in the first world. It's just not on the big scale as it was years ago. Well, it's starting to now starting to revert back to the way it was, considering everyone's attitudes. We're in this very progressive, quote unquote progressive, like, generation, which is so, you're trying to move forward, yet you're moving backwards. It's like these people live in it's like in their heads, they live in this reality and believe they live in a white supremacist culture, and I just don't get it. I really don't. We're all living it up by most standards, believe me, we do. And yes, as I pointed earlier, there's racism, misogyny, but when you get bothered by the most smallest things, it just doesn't help anybody. Because once shit actually hits the fan, once someone gets raped, someone gets attacked, or racist attacks, whatever, when shit like that happens, people won't believe them. Because there's people like you out there that constantly cry wolf all the time over minuscule shit. It doesn't help anybody. Like, if you really just, I'm trying to very tiptoe around this, because I try my best not to get political all the time, but shit like this has got to stop, okay? It really does. I mean, like, it's only really gotten worse, because it's the same with Ania Sarkeesian, Zoe Quinn, and all that bullshit. It really makes everyone look bad. It's like these people want to make us look bad all the time and say society's bad and everything's bad. And now that Trump's got elected, now, like, if it's their narrative or whatever, if they think shit's going bad or whatever, I don't care. It's just, I don't know why people need to get offended over the most minuscule shit, and why companies need to appeal to these people. Because these people aren't customers. They do not play games. They probably play the iPhone fodder we get day in, day out, the same microtransaction bullshit that regular gamers stay away like the fucking plague, for good reason, because microtransactions have infected our AAA games in recent years. But off topic. Point is, the best you can do is just, I guess, block your head in the sand, put your head in the sand and ignore it. Because I like this, like, you can argue this only represents 10% of the people, but you can't accept this. You just can't. You can't complain all the time, because it's fucking annoying. We all have our baggage, we all go through shit, but we don't complain about it day in and day out. There's legit shit worth talking, there's stuff a lot worth, fuck, I can't, this gets me frustrated, I can't keep my head on straight. There are a lot more important topics to talk about besides a stupid billboard, some stupid saying on the internet, or whatever fucking president that got elected, because personally, election's a joke. And secondly, there's some things worth talking about, like in third world countries where there's actually legit problems. You know what I mean? There's a lot more legit problems out here outside of our own bubbled world. Anyway, that was my saying. I may have rambled and was probably a broken record, but anyways, those are my thoughts. I'm a Canadian gamer, and I'll see you next time.